I'm on my God thing, yeah. I'm on my God thing, yeah. I'm on my God thing, yeah. Gabriel. Okay, hear you talking harvest, but I see you never sown. Just a wartale of a star who refused to be a clone. I could tell you plenty others, but it's probably better shown. I've been talking different languages without Rosetta Stone. I ain't never been the best at choosing girls for me to date. What I think I needed ended up just being what I hate. I ain't good at talking feelings, let alone communicate. Although when it come to Jesus, I just got so much to say. I don't blame it on my fate. I got David type of faith. Heard that David was a warrior without the golden state. He's the potter, I'm the clay. I am Gabriel since the birth. Luke one didn't have to tell me, but some coaching did occur. Let them all know that I work. Let them all know I ain't cheap. If it falls before the winter, then I'll leave the money tree. Shady people I don't need. If you lit, then let it shine. You can have your own relationship, so don't throw dirt on mine. I'm on my God thing. Tell me who you know. I know Jesus, boy, and I'm gonna let it show. Tell them call me if they need to save a soul. If you don't like it, well then homie, there's a dough. I'm on my God thing. Tell me who you know. I know Jesus, boy.
Hello everybody, welcome to another Tina's Tiny Tuesdays. I just realized I did not change the name for on Twitch. It still says Fixing Super Red. That's funny. Let me edit that real quick. Yeah, today we're going to be making animals and anime scenes. I successfully updated for you guys on Twitch. It has the correct stream name. That means it was probably like that last week when I was painting. Okay. Anyway, hi, hello, how are you guys? We are going to be painting some. The only things I know for sure I want to paint is like a brown bear or a black bear, one of the two, and this scene from Neon Genesis Evangelion. I don't know, when I was watching this show like a week or two ago, that specific scene just kind of spoke to me. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Well, I've got it on screen, but basically there's a robot battle going on, and a kid, he's decided that he no longer wants to pilot stuff, and so he's just talking to one of the people that work at the corporation. The guy's just like, well, if you don't fight this, the world's gonna end, so I'm just here just watering my plants. And he's like, if this is how the world is gonna end, this is how it's gonna end. I'm just gonna sit here, water my plants, and just wait for the end. But if you do decide to do something about it, that's on you. But until then, I'm just gonna be here. I don't know why that scene like amused me, but it did. And the kid ended up fighting in the robot suit, and he did end up saving the day. But yeah, that's one thing we're gonna be painting, and another thing is a black bear. So yeah. Maybe a brown bear. Brown bears are the ones they're a little bit more cuddly, right? I don't want to say cuddly because they're, giant man-eating things. They're less aggressive, right? The brown. What's the saying? If it's brown, lay down. If it's black, fight back. If it's white, you die in the night. I might have added in that last bit. The polar bears, they're super aggressive. But anyway, we're gonna start with that scene from Neon Genesis Evangelion. I always say it wrong. Evangelion. That's what it is. Oh, the lo-fi. I didn't start the lo-fi. There we go. down. I'm gonna start. Let's start with Say Low today. Let me know how you guys are doing in the chat. What's going on? How was your weekends, everybody? On Sunday, I went and saw like a middle school / high school production of Frozen to support some girls that used to go to my church back when their mom was alive, but their mom passed, and they don't attend anymore. But you know, still wanted to come out and support. Me and my sister, my older sister Christina, the author. We went and we saw them, and one girl, she had the lead part, and she was Elsa, and she has an amazing voice. She's like 14. She's just super, super talented. She was excited to see us because it's been a while since we saw each other. That's how I spent my Sunday, at least my Sunday night. Y'all know I went to church earlier in the day. We don't have morning service, we have afternoon service. We have a 1 p.m. on Sunday service. Great for me because I'm a night owl. I haven't been so much of a night owl since my allergies have started going crazy. I've actually been going to bed at like 11, 10, 9. But when my allergies stop acting up, I will resume life as normal. I don't have to take a Benadryl so I can breathe. Those will be the days. I don't know, is the mic that far away? It does pick up a lot of noise though. You guys can probably hear the fans. Probably the fan of my computer struggling to breathe. I went to turn it on the other day and it didn't look like it started to cut on and then it immediately cut off, and I was just like, no, please. Oh, please. I've had you for so long. I know you're really old, but please don't do this to me. It cut back on, obviously, because how else would I be streaming right now? But I was like, oh no, that might be something I might have to get a new one soon if it's starting to do that slow death crawl. this small brush so I don't make any mistakes with the robot. Mistakes already. The robot should be taller than that. It's like its abdomen is like where the trees are, and so that head and shoulder part is much higher. So this part that was about to be its head is about to be its chest cavity. I'm gonna eat a bit of orange because there is like explosions and stuff going on. it's turning out pretty good so far. I think it's one of those things, if you know, you know. So that this can spread a little better. There we go. I'm like trying to keep the scene up on Netflix. To keep wiggling the mouse so it doesn't blur out. pretty good. Too light, but he's got this little watering pail, and then I just need to do the stuff that's actually in the garden. It's like watermelons, like unripe watermelons and crap like that. Alright, and then that's our first painting. I think it's cute. As cute as watching the end of the world can be. The world didn't end right there, at the show at least. But yeah, I think it's nice. Alright. Next, let's look up, let's get a brown bear. Maybe I'll paint like a horse or like a unicorn, you know, something like little girls were like, or dudes that are really into that horse girl game. Oh, that's a nice scene. My straw. This originally came with like one of those hard plastic black straws, but I can never find it. So, you know, I always get fun, colorful, bendy straws and just live life. A real pop of color with the abysmal darkness that is Jack Skellington. Where'd it go? I was gonna open Photoshop so I could like get the image into like a square, but then Photoshop just decided to quit on me. Cool. Hey David. Oh, you know, just painting like usual. Painted this scene from Neon Genesis Evangelion, and now I'm painting a bear. Give me the spath bomb. Yeah. And no, my sister is not around. Just throwing that out there. Apparently this photo that I'm looking at is from the Alaskan wilderness. It's been a while since I painted a winter scene. be Christmas before we know it. I probably should start making a bunch of fall and winter scenes. Those always sell pretty well at Comic-Con. And nautical stuff. I definitely should just paint boats and snow for like a good week and a half and see what happens. Hey Zombo, how's it hanging? Probably don't need to put in this much detail on this background mountain, but you guys know how I feel about mountains. It was like the first thing I learned how to like paint in oils, and so it's always, whenever I have an opportunity, I'm always gonna paint a mountain. How's it going? I'm pretty good. A minor toe injury that could be something serious, but other than that, I'm good. Not the mitosis. Yeah. I banged it pretty hard against something on Sunday night, and then when I was like walking and driving on Monday, it was just like a shooting pain, and I was like, did I break this toe? I don't know. And I asked one of those AIs, like, what do you do if you have a broken pinky toe? And they're like, oh, you can see a doctor if the pain is intense, but if it's not that intense, just wrap it up to the next toe with like medical tape and just don't walk on it. And I was like, that's what we're gonna do. Get it looked at. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Tell the doc that's how you get paid. What am I gonna do? Write my own self a note and then have to pay out myself to myself with the insurance? Like, what is... I'm self-employed. Well, not only self-employed. I mean, the church doesn't... Technically, it's a volunteer position, but whatever. It's not worth going to the doctor. What are they gonna do? Wrap it up and tell me not to walk? I'm already doing that. Oh, I already have brown. What am I looking for? No, I'm not looking for brown. I really don't need this much background detail. But... reminds me of how I have a tooth problem that I'd rather suffer through stuff than go to the dentist. And I'll go to a dentist now. I mean, I haven't been in a while. It's like when I had my braces in my teeth, they were jabbing my tongue. Oh my gosh. Oh. If it gets worse, I'll go to the doctor. But as of right now, this might just be a lay up in bed kind of thing, even though I'm currently at work. But I did have my brother to drive me here instead of driving myself because my leg was jacked up yesterday when I was driving. I was like, you know what? You know what? Like stretch out the blanket. Okay, back to work. I guess I could always find this exact picture and then just shrink it into a square. But if you're still having tooth problems on Bo, you should see a dentist. If it's still the same problem that you were telling me about like a long time ago, just go to the dentist, Dad. Dude. some redness to some of these fur spots. Fur patches. Soul patches. Oh, don't need the crusty cracked red part. Come on, birdseed. Here we go. Try and make the lighter fur spot so I can outline where the snout is. Is it called a snout when it's on a bear? Do bears have snouts? Yes, bears have snouts. In fact, a long snout is a characteristic feature of most bear species. Their snouts combined with their excellent sense of smell help them locate food. For example, grizzly bears have a prominent snout and nose, which aids in sniffing out food. I just wasn't sure if that's what it was called. But now we know, and knowing is half the crump. If you don't know, it's from a Mad TV skit. Mad TV was so much funnier than SNL. So much funnier. Oh, you have a different tooth problem now? Okay. And I'd rather not go to a dentist yet. Why? Watch those movies. It's been a long time. Like I did watch, I came in a part of the first one on Sakura's birthday. But the other two, it's been a long time. Where are his ears? I think they're about somewhere about right here. You know, we own all 3 Lord of the Rings movies on DVD, and I know my mom is the one that purchased them. I don't ever recall her re-watching them. Like, I know we watched them. We watched 1 and 2 before the 3rd one came out. When we lived in a trailer park way back in the early 2000s, and we had this screen and a projector, right? Like a huge, and so we would have people over the house all the time to watch movies. All the time. Like, we had so many movie viewing parties. Like, it was insane. Christian movies, non-Christian movies, action movies, PG, PG-13, R. Like, it was just... People were always over our house, eating tacos and watching movies. My dad just likes having a lot of people around. My mom, not so much. Not so much for mama. But I remember, this wasn't like a huge viewing party. I've just brought that up because it was just, sorry, notification distracted me. What was I saying? Lord of the Rings. But yeah, we watched 1 and 2. It wasn't like a party. It was just the 9 of us. 9 was the standard amount of people in our house, which is crazy to think about. I mean, when you got 7 older siblings, there's, you know, everyone being home, there is 9 people, but just thinking about it now, 9 people living in a 4-bedroom, double-wide manufactured home. That was... My parents had their own room, my brother had his own room, and then Jean and Katrina had their own room, and then it was the 4 youngest girls in one room, sleeping on bunk beds. How did we have space? Oh, you made it work, but how did we have space for it? Anyway, we watched the movies and we didn't care. Just, like, the younger ones, we thought the movies were long and boring and all that stuff. It was kind of one of those shut up, sit down, we're watching this as a family type things. But, yeah, so I haven't seen like a full-length Lord of the Rings film in 20 years. And I keep seeing clips and I know things about the lore and whatnot, and I'm like, I feel like this would be something that I would be into, especially since all the high fantasy stuff that I've been into lately, like Dungeons and Dragons and other, and Baldur's Gate and other, you know, video game type things that are high fantasy that I do. And it was just like, this seems like something that I would be into. Why haven't I watched these movies? Like, as an adult, I haven't seen these movies, and I have vague memories as a child of different moments, and I see some things on like TikTok or Instagram Reels or something like that at certain moments. But as far as like the full-length movie, I'm just like, why haven't I done this? whatever. I think it's better if it's that right there. Okay, so we get the nose. Who knows? Some of this. Kind of frightening. Okay, let's make this less creepy. Fur looking so patchy. He looks like he's battle worn, and that's not what we want. He's supposed to just be a big old guy. I need to make a dungeon. Okay. Find a mall in the Midwest. Find their layout, the blueprints, and make the dungeon based off of that mall. I've seen some people do that online because malls have a lot of like random exits and doors and hallways and stuff that don't lead anywhere. And then just pattern the floors or whatnot after the mall, and then bada bing, bada boom, you got a floor plan. And then you just fill it with monsters. He still looks like he's been in a fight. That's fine, I guess. Maybe if I gave him a full ear on the left side, he'd look less janky. I kind of like the battle worn bear. I do want to say thank you to anyone that might be lurking. I'm not checking the view count right now, but anyone that might be lurking in the shadows as I paint things, I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy life to watch me ramble about nonsense and then make pretty things. Let's put an evergreen. I'm so sleepy all of a sudden, I don't know why. Okay, we have two paintings. We have an animal and we have Evangelion. And I have a third canvas. I just say I paint like a horse or something. Well, I said I should paint a horse. So. I have the random urge to paint Koga for Mediasha. Let's see if I can get like a cool Koga thing going on. finding any cool. And let's put aura farming. Let's see what comes up. Piccolo started coming up. Piccolo and PA. Two different people from two different animes. Draw a blonde guy on a horse. He may or may not be a Gundam character. Which character? Which guy? Which Gundam? Mobile Suit Gundam. I've seen this Gundam. Well, I've seen this guy before. I think someone I follow on YouTube modeled their face after this guy. The question is, can I paint that in 35 minutes? I don't know if I have enough time, Zombo. Not to paint a dude on a horse. What's your favorite Gundam show, by the way, Zombo? I'm not saying you can paint anything from it, but I'm just curious. Because I know you've watched a lot of Gundam things. In terms of series, I think I like Zeta the most. Oh, you know what? Skip Koga, skip Inuyasha, skip all those people. I'm painting Shishomaru. I forgot about this part in the anime where he's like in front of the earth or the moon or whatever, and it's just GIF. And on this red thing, and he's just like, it's just gorgeous. And just like, yeah, I have found my muse, and it is Shishomaru. If Double Zeta didn't have the doo-doo butt first quarter, I might be willing to put that one. Kashiwa. Like, it wasn't bad per se, it was just like 20 episodes of Nothing Burger, and then the showrunner is locked in. Gotcha. I hate when a show really like wastes time. It's one of my favorite. I mean, people had their feelings about the way Lost ended, but even Lost's filler episodes still had something in it that related to the overall mystery. People can feel how they felt about the last season or whatever, but I don't know. The last season didn't bother me. Especially probably since I knew what was gonna happen going in, and so I didn't have like this feeling of like, harumph. I like binge watched the series right before it ended. Like the series was gonna start or end in like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 weeks, and so I watched the entire series. And then, but I didn't end up like finishing before it ended, and so my sister told me about the ending and then how beautiful she thought some things were and stuff, and so I knew before it ended. But I think they were probably pressured to make the show more accessible to children, and that's why the first 20 episodes it's like that, because it was very Saturday morning cartoon, baddie of the week type deal. Yeah. I feel like a lot of shows in the early 2000s definitely had the baddie of the week type vibe. In the 90s too, but Smallville was real bad with it. The villain of the week, the freak of the week. Because it was like everybody had some sort of, everyone in town was some sort of infectee from Kryptonite at some point, and it was giving them some sort of weird powers. If you go back and watch Smallville, there's like Amy Adams, Jensen Ackles, Ian Somerhalder, Paul Wesley. You just see a bunch of people like in their, you know, early acting days, and you're just like, wow, I didn't realize who they were. You know, when they got bigger roles, I didn't remember them from being a freak of the week on Smallville. Of course, Jensen Ackles had like a bigger role than like a freak of the week. He was Lana's boyfriend for a while. I mean, even Inuyasha had the Freak of the Week thing going with collecting the shards of this sacred Shikon jewel. At first it was like inside of Kagome, and then things were, you know, going after it, and then Kagome shot at like the demon bird that had it, and then she missed the bird and hit the jewel, and so it scattered into a million pieces, however many pieces, all across Japan. I really want to listen to that. I really want to listen to the ending song now. Inuyasha ending Bokota Stop the lo-fi. Hit the copy register. Gotta do it for the plot, though. Gotta do it for the plot.
She
Nice. Nice.
That was my childhood right there.
I remember I was like 6-7 years old, and the Adult Swim parental advisory thing came up. They're like, this program is not suited for anyone under the age of 14. And I looked at my older sister, who was 14. She looked at me. She shrugged her shoulders. I shrugged my shoulders. We kept watching Inuyasha. I looked to the one who was older. She didn't care. I didn't care. We just watched the anime. That's all there was to it. And she gave me permission.
Of course, you know, could have asked our parents or something, but
I was watching way worse stuff with Mom all the time. Way worse. I honestly don't know if this painting will actually take the full 35 minutes that I had. I finally got a good horse to use. Wait, let me start over. I finally got a good horse to use to make my main horse better. Is it like one of those things where you like combine the things and like one thing is absorbed? Sorta. Okay. It's more like breeding Pokemon. I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that, buddy. I don't think I've ever bred Pokemon before. I've ground Pokemon up into candies and used them to level them up in Pokemon Go. good parent with strong value for a trait you want. You make the good parent give good stats to child. Oh, just like regular horse breeding? My leg is like too stretched out to fall asleep. Gotta adjust. His hair is like going past where his body would be. So now I gotta extend the body so that it doesn't look like there's just more hair than would be on a demon head, you know? Did not mean to knock you. Okay. I'm gonna make the detailing for where the sleeve is. And jocking. My bad. I'm gonna work on the moon a little bit because I need to work on the thingy that he's standing on. But it's too wet and it keeps mixing with the blue layer underneath, so I think these look good. Our battle-worn bear and our 2 anime scenes. I think this is a nice little set. I think the nerds at Comic-Con are definitely gonna like this. I am slightly tempted to just go through that whole Inuyasha ending song and just paint all the scenes. Because I did paint like Shishomaru in his dad's grave a long time ago. And so I could just like find a photo of that. Just for like a video, you know, just have a photo of that and then it going to like a close-up of Shishomaru. His like hair is blowing in the wind and there's all the souls around him. And then it does like some scenes like the Kagome holding the Shikan jewel in the Bone Eater's well, and then you know, there's different scenes or whatever. I don't think it would be super difficult to do. I don't know. It's something that always pops up in my head every now and then. I'm like, should I? And I never do it, but then I just end up painting random pieces of it anyway. So it's like I should just do it one day. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me while I make stuff. I will be live on Thursday. I don't think there's anything that could interfere unless my sister suddenly needs me to take her to the doctor or her kids to the doctor, because that's been happening a lot. She's like, hey. Her husband's car was in the shop for like a good 2-3 weeks, and so that's why. But I don't think that anything is going to impede on me streaming on Thursday. So I'll see you guys on Thursday, like usual. And just want to say again, thanks for hanging out with me while I make stuff. Alright, goodbye.